As the world fell, each of us in our own way was broken. It was hard to know who was more crazy. Me or everyone else.
Congratulations on Fury Road. Wow.
We started off way back in 2001 with Mel. Tom Hardy was 6 weeks old when Mel Gibson first shot Mad Max. And the time had come for a new Mad Max.
In this wasteland, I am the one who runs from both the living and the dead. A man reduced to a single instinct. Survive.
They're pretty big shoes to fill, and Tom was the one.
George reckons he came up with this thing in the early drafts of Fury Road, covering the face of Max before Bane was
had a
envisaged.
mask, yeah, before.
Yeah. Why do directors love covering your face?
It's ugly, mate, isn't it? Like, let's be brutally honest. You know, I'm not the beauty here. Do you know what I mean? That's what Jakey's here for. He's the beautiful one.
You never see my face.
No, and you do see a lot more of his face now, and I've covered mine in the garden.
It's all here! 3,000 gallons of gasoline, just like you asked.
We spent a lot of time talking about her backstory and, you know, the moment, how she ended up in this world and how she lost her arm and things like that. And that it's just like, this is the world. And it's kind of like, you know, when we walk out there in the world, we pass people who have limbs missing. We don't know their story. And I did love that aspect of it a lot.
They're looking for hope.
What about you?
Redemption.
She's someone of a great deal of stature, both physically and spiritually. She's an accomplished ballet dancer. She brings all that discipline. She can convey emotion through gesture.
I am awaited. I am awaited in Valhalla!
Nux is very varied. How do you describe his role in the film?
He's committed, wholehearted, 100% invested in everything, but has been brought up to believe in things that he realises aren't right or true, and then suddenly he has to reevaluate his life and twist everything around. He's quite extreme.
It was definitely a tough shoot, physically demanding, and you're fighting the elements every day, you know. You really are out in the desert, and it's either freezing cold or it's boiling hot, there's dust storms.
We're all ambitious human beings, and it kind of like fulfilled that side of us, I think.
Any injuries for either of you on the shoot?
Yeah, but we can't talk about them.
Oh, please.
There's an unwritten code where stunties can't talk about actually being, you know, internal bleeding from every orifice, but he was.
You just put on a brave face and you get up in the morning.
Otherwise they don't get employed again, do you know what I mean? But yeah, he got very, very hurt.
Everything about this film, working with George, with the other cast, like being around these vehicles in Namibia, it was all positive things. Yeah, I mean, strange at times and a weird world to go into.
At the core, what we're doing is telling stories about people. When a director is really good, it becomes very clear that they have an understanding of that versus the specifics of a culture or where they're from.
He has an Imaginarium unlike any other director I've ever worked with or artist, who everything that you see on the screen has come from his mind, and he's fully transmuted that into a fully fledged and epic vision.
You want to get through this? Go!
At the end of the day, when you boil it down, people are people. The struggle for survival is that of the human condition, and that's very similar anywhere you go.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Stuff that's in the world today. Dominance, hierarchy, control of resources, and to see in this very, very dark world where the humanity is.
I just found out that fang is an actual Australian term. I thought that was just George Miller coming up with his weird Mad Max language.
Ready and action, George.
I'm not a petrol head, you know. I drive a hybrid.
I love it. The brains behind Mad Max drives a Prius.